These candies have existed for centuries. However, no one really knows their names or where they came from. They literally just spawned out of nowhere. And I'm convinced grandma candies aren't bought, they're inherited. You know, family heirlooms that taste like Vicks Vapor Rub. Freaking Vaporu. And these can only be found in a coffee table bowl in the middle of a grandma's living room. I've talked about these in the past, like in a short or two, but I'm only scratching the surface. Let's talk about the first one. These are called strawberry bonbons. Yeah, I had to look up the name, because there seriously has to be a store for people only 65 and up. Call it senior discount or something, because that's where Butterscotch candies, cough drops, and all other old people candy would be. Hey yo, give me the cinnamon ones. Now those were easily the worst if you've ever had one. If not, go to a retirement home and you'll find them. And if only you knew the hassle I had to go through to find these. I am on a mission to find these grandma candies and stuff. I've gone to 2 stores. Dollar Tree was one, and then Target was another. I mean, 3 actually. I also went to Walmart, duh. And I have not found them. I'm going to Vons right now here in LA. I can't find the candies. I actually can't. Those candies just spawn out of nowhere. I mean, I have to go to like a bank or a church or a random lawyer's office to try to find these candies. They don't have them at Vons either. I thought they were gonna be here. It literally said it on the website. Party City next, and if they don't have them, I go to Five Below. Guys, I forgot Party City went bankrupt. RIP. All right, Five Below it is. They have an entire candy section, hopefully.
5 minutes later.
They were not at Five Below either. I actually got a few little other candies to do like a short and some videos on. I saw some bagel bites, gummy bagel bites, but I did not find the freaking candies. I just saw there's a CVS. I'm gonna go there real quick. Oh, great CVS. I have faith in you. Candy section? Maybe. Nada. Nothing. They got nothing here. Crazy. Crazy. CVS failed me. I'm still at this plaza, and I don't know. I feel like I have a gut feeling. Imagine Ross has them, because Ross just has the most random stuff. Ross candy section. Looks like they have nothing. They have little chews and stuff. No butterscotch or strawberry bonbons, guys. Ross didn't have any of the candy. Thanks. At this point, I'm about to just knock on some old lady's door.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Fast forward to late at night. I just have been driving around the city and I've yet to find those strawberry bonbons or any candies like that. I'm gonna go a last resort. My neighbor is a little on the old side and I'm gonna ask her if she has any of those candies. I think she's home. Buena señora. Do you guys have any candy by any chance? Really random. Yep, I wish I was lying. I literally had to knock the door of a neighbor to see if they had these. And first time's the charm. That lady was really sweet. Don't go to strangers' houses, however. This was only for research purposes. But anyways, back to these strawberry bonbons. I low-key feel like a spokesperson talking about these candies. Because I used to think the wrappers were pretty cool and creative with the little stem on top. And these were in random spots, like grandma's purses or in piñatas at family parties. But what nobody knew was where they actually came from. And they tasted kind of waxy, like fabric softener from the 80s. But not gonna lie, the filling on the inside was the best part. And last month, I was hanging out with my friend Felipe, and we were pretty spontaneous and ended up going to his grandma's house. She was cooking some bomb food, and I could not say no to an invite like that. And the second I went inside, there was this bowl on the table filled with strawberry bonbons. It was the only thing on that table. But who knows how long it's been sitting there. They had it more as a decor than an actual housewarming snack. I could clearly see dust being on those wrappers. And you don't have to tell me. I know they have not been touched since the 80s. The last time someone touched one, freaking Elvis was still alive. However, Felipe is starving and his grandma still isn't done with the food. And this was the moment I realized that he was built different. Because out of nowhere, he grabs an old strawberry bonbon from the table. He then unwraps it and pops it in his mouth. Bro, you good? Yeah, he's the kind of person who would eat the black part of a banana. Absolutely disgusting. I mean, they taste old, but do they ever taste new? The quote of the week right there. Because he's kind of right. Those bad boys probably never had an expiration date. All right, now let's move to the butterscotch candies. This is honestly my favorite out of the bunch. It was sweet and very buttery. Kinda hard to explain, but if you know, you know. It's its own pretty unique flavor. However, these things will be melted into the wrapper. It'd be so rare for you to find one that was fresh. And this one time, I remember that I got some from a friend. Where did you get these? The bank. Oh, I forgot to mention, the bank would have all of these kinds of candies as well. And when my friend gave them to me, I was pretty excited because I did actually like them. Until I forgot about them and left them overnight in my car. And fast forward to the next day, when I got in that car, it smelled really sweet. I left some of those candies inside the cup holder. And when I checked them in there the next day, those candies melted into the cup holder. It messed it up and got it all sticky. Aw, man. Not gonna lie though, I was a little curious and I did give it a taste. Don't judge me. Because although it wasn't that bad tasting, it took a good month to remove all of that stickiness and residue from the cup holder. Yeah, honestly, I should forgive Felipe, because I know I'm judging him with his old candy fiascos. But hey, mine was different if you think about it. It was more of an accident. But yeah, unless you want an unusable cup holder, don't keep these bad boys in your car. And I have another story about these candies. Because I remember this one time in middle school, it was the last day of school. And my teacher had the genius idea of having a candy salad. Have you ever done one of those? It was even an online trend for a while. Every student brings a different candy and we all mix it in this bowl. And a lot of kids went out of their way for this candy salad, including me. I brought Starburst, my friend Josue brought Airheads. I remember another student bringing fun-sized Twix, and another even brought Jolly Ranchers. Did those fall in the old people category? Let me know in the comments. But that candy salad was getting pretty elite until my friend Jamal brought Butterscotch candies. Where'd you get those? My grandma's purse. Makes sense. I personally didn't mind putting those in the salad. You know, add a little old school flavor if you know what I mean. However, every other student in that class despised that idea. They were completely against it. However, my teacher wanted to be inclusive with the candy bowl. We need to include everyone's candy. Who here likes butterscotch? I was the only kid to raise my hand. And that was enough for the teacher to make a move. Oh, perfect. But she didn't put them in the candy salad. Here's what this freaking lady did. She got all of the butterscotch candy from Jamal. And since I was the only kid who liked them, she handed all of them straight to me. Every single one. Oh, nice. And I was pretty excited until the twist of the century comes along. That was the only candy I was given. The only candy I was able to eat. All of the other students ended up splitting the candy salad among themselves. Jolly Ranchers, Airheads, and my Starbursts. The ones I bought. Look, everyone now has the same amount of candy. But yeah, mine was 20 years old. Who knows how long they were inside Jamal's grandma's purse? Aw, come on. All right, now let's address cough drops. I'm gonna have to clean up so much candy after this. And ladies and gentlemen, repeat after me. Cough drops are not candy. The only time these are appropriate to eat is whether you're losing your voice, have a 102 fever, or you're over 75. But I've seen friends snack on these. They would have them on deck on a day-to-day basis. And this one time when I was a kid, I went to one of my friends' birthday parties. And like most birthday parties, they tend to be a good time, especially when you have friends there. However, the family had this giant piñata ready for the guests. It was sitting outside by a tree. And that's all I was thinking about. How much fun it was going to be when you burst it open. An hour passed, and then another. And my excitement for the piñata kept on building up. When are we going to break it? My parents will tell us. Oh, the anticipation was real. And 30 minutes later, we get to the piñata of a lifetime. It was heavy, bigger than most of us kids. All right, one swing per kid. One swing? Jeez. But when the kids knew that, they knew how much it counted. So they would put all of their might on this one swing. One by one, the kids will go all out on this thing. And fast forward to my turn, I was ready. I winded up and gave it the biggest blow. I acted as if it was one of those teachers who just gave me summer work. And bam, that bad boy popped open. And all of the candy flew out. It was a rainstorm of candy. Every kid jumped in, but midway through collecting, I realized something. Boy, what the hell? There were cough drops all over the floor. The piñata had cough drops. Cough drops. Why? What was the thought process? Because I wouldn't even wish that type of disappointment on my worst enemy. Man, I want a refund. All of the kids were disappointed. And I ended up giving all of my cough drops to my mom. And she was actually ecstatic, surprisingly. Mijo, go get me more. Yep. The letdown of a lifetime. I'm gonna have to pick that up afterwards. Anyways, let's talk about the final candy, the caramel creams. I feel these are a favorite for many people. And I was actually able to find these in a store. I guess they're that popular. But I can't lie, they still fall in that old people category. And can I share something, ladies and gentlemen? I am not a fan of these. But I know some kids who would defend these with their life. Like this one time, I was in class and I saw a kid snacking on these. It was my friend Isaiah, but after seeing that, I questioned so many things about him. Cause that's your candy of choice? Isaiah, what are you eating? The best candy? You must have a sad life then. Who paid you to eat those? Pay me? It's a choice. A choice to be stupid? Come on, I know you're lying. They're the best candy, alright? My grandpa bought them for me. Oh, homie was about to fight me. His inner grandpa was about to come out, all freaking aggressive and whatnot. I couldn't take Isaiah seriously though, because he's not the type to get angry. He's a really nice guy, but I guess this is where we draw the line. And when the teacher saw that, she actually got on Isaiah's side. Jorge, stop picking on Isaiah. Sorry. Isaiah, I like those candies. Could I actually have one? Of course. Teacher's pet. And of course the teacher likes them too. Grandma alert! Jorge, go to the office. Aw, come on. Clink! Clink, clink, clink. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what other story times you want to hear. And also, please get your merch too at horchatasoto.com. Hats, plushies, hoodies, t-shirts, we have it all. And orders over $100 get a free plushie. In the meantime, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment in the video. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye!